Unlock your dream property with Meeks Realty Group, where Rich the Realtor makes real estate dreams a reality. Whether it's residential or commercial, we've got Charleston to Huntington covered. Your key to exceptional real estate experiences start here. Meeks Realty Group. Contact us at meeks.us.
The views and opinions expressed on this program do not necessarily reflect the views and opinions of 580 WCHS, its employees, or WVRC Media. From the studios of WVRC Media, the country, the United States of America, the state, West Virginia, the city, Charleston. This is the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live. And your host.
What we've got here is failure to communicate.
He's kind of a big deal.
I have come here to chew bubblegum and kick ass, and I'm all out of bubblegum.
Dave Allen.
And folks, good Monday morning to you. Welcome to the show. Senior producer Ryan Nicholson in charge of things this morning. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text 304-935-5008. We're in the Jarrett Construction Studios, right on time, right on budget. Visit jarrett-construction.com. Phone calls to the show with service of Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly. Spring Street in Charleston. Texting services courtesy Tony the Taylor on Virginia Street. A couple dates to remember. November the 18th is the end of Bolt sale. That is that's actually tomorrow. Save up to 50% off custom suits and jackets. Now, Tony's going to be closed Thanksgiving Day, of course, and on the 28th. That's the Black Friday. But on Saturday, Small Business Saturday, November 29th, he will be open that day. December 4th, holiday trunk shows are happening. Check out bestmastertaylor.com or Tony's Facebook page for more information. Coming up a little bit later on, it is out, talking about Danny Jones's book. And the former Charleston mayor, the sheriff, legislator, actor, restaurateur, and through a few other things. Danny's going to join us to talk about that coming up a little bit later on. Also, we're just a couple days away from our annual WVRC Media Charleston Turkey Drop, where we're going to ask our listeners, the greatest listeners in the world, to drop off some turkeys or cash donations to us. It'll be Thursday. We'll start about 7 in the morning, go till 6 in the evening on our parking lot, 1111 Virginia Street East, Charleston. Rob Reel from Superstar Country 96.1 KWS will join us to talk about that. Plus, your calls and texts, again, are welcome. Bigly, Piggly, Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony the Taylor text, 304-935-5008. This Friday and Saturday, the 56th Annual Capital City Art and Crafts Show back at the Coliseum Convention Center. John Robertson's here to talk about it. Good morning, sir, and welcome to the show.
Good morning. Thanks for having us.
Thanks for being here. All right, so I do want to mention the show was sponsored by the Kanawha City Lions Club. What, about 150 or so vendors you expect this year?
We'll have about 120 exhibitors in 150 booths. And it will fill the entire grand hall. That's 36,000 square feet.
And what kind of things are we expecting there?
Everything. You name it, it's there. And one thing that you'll find is that in our show, we have turnover every year. So about 25% of the exhibitors are new to the show. Mm-hmm. So if you came last year, you aren't going to see all the same old stuff. There's something new and fresh for you to see as well.
And what are some of I mean, I know you can't name all 120, but give us some examples.
This year we do have some painters that are quite accomplished. It's new. We have a lot of pottery, a lot of jewelry, woodworking, textiles, West Virginia food products. You can go around, you'll think you're at Sam's sampling all the things that while you're there, and that's what I do now.
And I tell you, I've said this before, John, West Virginia has got some really good, really talented artisans out there, but for me, it's all about the food. And we have some great foods that are made here in West Virginia.
Oh, yes, we do.
And we'll have them all, several of them on display over there, right?
Yes.
Right. And talk about that relationship, as we said, with the Kanawha City Lions Club.
Well, actually, the show started 56 years ago. It is purely a promotion of the Kanawha City Lions Club. They work it. All our members have jobs to do. And the thing about our show is that 100% of the net goes to charity. Nothing goes to administrative. So when you do anything with the Lions Club, you can be assured that it's not the profits aren't eaten up with administrative costs. And over the years, we've donated $1.6 million to local charities, and we have some of those that are kind of come to depend on us each year to help them with their budget. But we're nimble enough that if there's a flood, if there's food insecurity that's really prime situation now that we can be nimble enough that we can help take care of some of those folks too.
Talk about the history of the Lions Club. How long has it been around?
The Kanawha City Lions Club was chartered in 1954.
Okay.
I joined in 1975, and I'm a 50-year member.
Well, congratulations on that, because Lions Clubs all over the world.
I don't know if I want to hang my hat on that or not.
How's your membership been? I mean, because here's the reason I bring that up, because several of the civic organizations, whether it's Lions, Kiwanis, Rotary, whatever the case may be, have talked about over the years that the membership has started to dwindle a little bit. Maybe it's not just as important or top of mind, but how's your membership?
Well, when I joined 50 years ago, we had nearly 100 members in our club. Now, COVID really hurt us, as well as a lot of service organizations, and so we're down to 30 members now.
Okay, all right.
But, it's an active club.
Well,
we do pick up trash on the...
You can do a lot with 30 members.
Right.
I mean, you really can if you got 30 active members, like you said.
And we support a lot of different activities, by volunteering as an organization to ring the bells and all kinds of things.
Talk about some of the charities that I just mentioned a few that you've raised funds for.
Well, we aren't restricted just to Kanawha City activities. We are going to affect things throughout the valley, but in Kanawha City itself, we donate $6,000 annually to the schools in Kanawha City. Plus, we support scholarships at the University of Charleston and at Capitol High School. We do project graduations all over the county. We work with West Virginia Health Right, Salvation Army, Mountain Mission. So there's we touch everybody. You would be surprised at the organizations that we do support in the community.
Well, Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by your hometown baseball team, the Charleston Dirty Birds. The Selango Law Light the Night, returning to Gomart Ballpark November the 21st through January the 1st. Get your tickets in advance by visiting dblightthenight.com. Please make sure that you get those tickets in advance. Definitely the way to go. Now, if somebody's listening right now and they are a vendor, is it too late to sign up? Or
yes, we just closed it off yesterday.
Okay. How many people, just a ballpark, come through the doors every year?
We'll do about 7,000.
About 7,000 people over the 2 days.
It's just 2 days. Years ago, we were 3 days, but we found that Sundays weren't very productive for us, so we cut it to 2 days.
Yeah, sometimes, Sundays, it used to be people would attend things like that after church and whatever, but everybody's got, I guess, different activities and stuff now. Well, it's going to be a great time. It always is over there. Appreciate the tickets, by the way. I will be checking it out this weekend. And it is kind of an advertising cliche, John, to say there is something for everybody, but there really is something for everybody.
Yes, there is.
Talk about some of your favorite things there.
Well, over the years, my wife and I have spent a lot of money. We've got enough stuff right now. So I buy a lot of the food products now. And, but it's a great place to do, if you want to refresh your holiday decor, to find new things to add. Also, great place to buy something unique.
I was going to say,
big box stores, you got that special person that you've bought enough sweaters, or you have too much of the same thing, and something unique means something. And so I think a lot of people enjoy doing that.
And I was going to say, and people probably do their Christmas shopping too.
That's right.
When they come out. Now, you're doing something special, I understand, for the first, 250 attendees?
Well, the first 200, we started this years ago. We print up some counterfeit money. You get the first 250 people through the door get a discount coupon worth the purchase of an item in the show at $1 off. And then also we're doing a collection of food product with Mountain Mission. They'll have a box truck parked right at the front door into the convention hall. And if you bring a non-perishable food product, 1 or 20, you'll get a discount coupon for admission into the show. The admission into the show is $7 for adults, $2 for children 12 and under. And then also we have a group from the Appalachian Children's Choir that will be performing at 1 o'clock on Saturday.
All right. So all sounds good. And I love the fact that you're collecting non-perishable food items too, because as you said, that's kind of, the folks at Mountain Mission and these other organizations do great work anyway, but over the last couple of weeks with the government shutdown and everything back, it's still going to take some time to get people back on their, even though the SNAP benefits have been restored, to get people back on their feet again.
And while we normally hold off until the first quarter of the year to make the bulk of our donations, we voted to accelerate our annual contributions to Salvation Army, Mountain Mission, Meals on Wheels, the groups that are helping with food insecurities.
It's all good. I mean, it sounds great. And it's all happening this Friday and Saturday over at the Coliseum Convention Center. And we've got information available on, you guys got social media or websites or anything like that?
Our Facebook page would be the best place to go, and that's Capital City Art and Craft Show.
All right. And give us the hours again.
The hours on Friday are 1 until 7, and on Saturday are 10 a.m. until 7 p.m.
All right. Well, it sounds like a good time. It always is, and it's always very well attended. That's amazing. I mean, I've had you on, as long as I've been doing the show, I've had you on every year to talk about it, but I didn't realize that there were that many people that came through the door, 7,000 people over 2 days.
It's very popular.
All right. John, we appreciate you stopping by, and we'll see you this weekend.
Well, I wanted to say, too, my appreciation to you specifically and also to the sister stations, because you all do so much to help nonprofits. You wouldn't believe how much we appreciate that kind of assistance and helping us do good work for our community.
That's why we're here. That's why we're
here.
Thank you. John Robertson, I appreciate you being here again. It's all going on this Friday and Saturday over at the Coliseum Convention Center. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Huston's Pizza. This month, get a large 18-inch pepperoni pizza and an 8-inch chocolate chip cookie, $23.99. Find your nearest Huston's for delivery, dine-in, or pickup at HustonsPizza.com. Danny Jones, the book is out, and he's promised me my copy today. So Danny Jones is going to join us a little bit later on. Also this Thursday on our parking lot, 1111 Virginia Street, East in Charleston. It's the annual WVRC Media Turkey Drop. Rob Reel from a sister station, 96.1 KWS, will stop by to talk about that. Your calls and texts are always welcome too. Bigley Piggly Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor text, 304-935-5008. Back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Brought to you by the Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses. Eric J. Tarr Family Businesses want to thank you for supporting local small businesses.
You've got your whole life ahead of you, so choose a Medicare plan you can count on. And that's what you get with a Medicare Advantage plan from United Healthcare. With more than 45 years experience serving its members, United Healthcare has plans with low monthly premiums that fit your life today and as your needs change tomorrow. The Medicare annual enrollment period ends December 7th, so go to uhc.com/Medicare today. United Healthcare Medicare plans. It's Medicare coverage West Virginia can count on.
When I set out to build our firm, it was built for greatness. It was built for you. Morgan & Morgan, for the people.
Office 222 Capitol Street, Charleston. Cases will be handled by West Virginia licensed attorneys. The attorney in this ad is not licensed in West Virginia. ForThePeople.com.
According to Feeding America, over 7 million seniors nationwide were food insecure in 2022. West Virginia is no different. Hi, I'm Jason, President and CEO of Union Mission Ministries. For 113 years, Union Mission has focused on helping people in need. Right now, our senior citizens need our help. That is why Union Mission is partnering with local senior living facilities to get food delivered directly to those in need. Will you help us reach more seniors? Visit unionmission.com to learn more.
Your words can make a difference. Call 304-935-5008 and leave a message of gratitude for a veteran, or write one online at WCHSnetwork.com. A salute to veterans from 580 WCHS and Toyota Motor Manufacturing, West Virginia.
Welcome back to the show. It's 9:21, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Live Healthy, West Virginia, presented by WVU Medicine, a podcast promoting healthier lifestyles in and beyond the state. Check out the latest episodes, WVMetroNews.com, under the podcast menu. Bigley Piggly Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony Taylor text, 304-935-5008. Text says, Dave, I love arts and crafts shows, but I do not get why they would charge to come in just to be able to buy more stuff. Well, that's because it's a fundraiser. That's why they charge you to come in. I do appreciate what I think was a little bit of humor in that as well. But Rob Reel, speaking of a little humor, Rob Reel from our sister station, 96.1 KWS is here. How you doing, man?
I can't complain. Sometimes I still do.
But well, you can complain all you want.
Life's been good to me so far.
But no one cares. That should be a song. But no one cares. All right, you big arts and crafts kind of guy?
That's not really my scene, but, Well, it depends on how we're defining arts and crafts, I suppose. There was a time when my fine motor skills still worked that I was a journeyman cabinet maker. So, I mean, there's a little bit of that, a little bit of woodworking in my past.
All right.
So
I'm the least artistic person in the world. I mean, literally. I mean, let me tell you what a bad artist I was, even as a kid growing up. Okay,
how bad were you, Gene?
I'm going to tell you how bad I was when I was a kid, and they would have art in school. Like, at the end of the day, my art was so bad.
How bad was it?
I'm going to tell you, it was so bad that my elementary school teacher would let me read encyclopedias instead. And that's what when it came to arts time, that's what little David got up and went over and got the A encyclopedia and read it. Now, it served me well because I have a head full of nothing right now, and I can answer a lot of questions on Jeopardy. But don't ask me to draw anything.
I was going to say, all the countries in Africa because you studied that A.
Yeah, I only had the one. I never made it to the other.
Well, that was the one that got free. That was that was the first hits free version of encyclopedias. And yeah.
All right. So we're ready to drop some turkeys on Thursday. Talk about them.
Yes, please. So from 7 in the morning until 6 in the evening here at 1111 Virginia Street East. That's if you're a GPS plugger in, or if you need a cross street, Leon Sullivan, and then, make the left onto Virginia Street, because that's the only way you can go. They're one-way streets right next to First Pres. Whatever you need as down
the street from Charleston Catholic High School.
However you need to get here. We want to see you between 7 and 6 on Thursday. Loop through our parking lot and make a donation to Union Mission. We are specifically looking for frozen turkeys. It's the hardest thing to get donated for the holiday meal because it's the most expensive. It takes up the most space, so storing it is difficult, and it's perishable. It's not like you can, you can stack it in the corner of the garage and have it be safe. So, working with Jason at Union Mission, we know that the Thursday before Thanksgiving is the sweet spot on when we get those turkeys and can get them distributed to families in need so that they can all have, or at least as many of them as we can support, can have a festive holiday meal. I believe every family deserves that. And cash and check donations also warmly accepted. Mm-hmm. You'd be amazed at how far they can stretch the green at Union Mission. So Appalachian Power Company is on board. Thank you to APCO for powering this whole thing this year. And I will be in a turkey. There will be a 6-foot turkey out on 6 foot 1 inch turkey out on the parking lot.
And we got some other great sponsors. I know Axton Construction is part of it. ServPro, Appalachian Power. There are some other. We can't do anything without our sponsors, but more importantly, without our listeners.
Yes,
because I've said time and time and time again, Rob, we have the greatest listeners in the world. If you don't think we have the greatest listeners in the world, let me tell you a quick story. On Friday, on the Adopt Me Please Pet of the Week, I had a pig by the name of Amy Swinehouse. All right. Later in the show, because the pig's owner had died. Okay. And so they're trying to find a home for this pig. Angie and the fine folks up at the animal shelter said, we're not really in the pig business here. When I texted Angie during the midday show and I said, hey, how are we doing? There were people waiting up there to adopt Amy Swinehouse that heard it on this show. They were waiting when they opened the doors up there.
If only they'd had an Anthony Porkins to go with it. Yes. I think we would have.
So, but I say that to say we have the greatest listeners in the world, and they come through every year.
We do. West Virginians take care of West Virginians, and this is a particularly tough year. In addition to all of the regular things, and I can quote, 1 in 6 West Virginians food insecure, 1 in 4 children food insecure. But with the government shutdown, and everybody feels some kind of way about that, and politics free zone on our show down the hall. But no matter whose fault you think that shutdown is, it made things even more difficult for folks who were already in need, and getting things moving again has been tough. So it's an even tougher year. This is our 3rd annual, and it may be the most important year that we have done this.
And again, the folks at Union Mission were on site. They'll be out here with the freezer truck ready to go. You don't even have to get out of your car. That's one of the great things about this.
And it's going to be a decent day on Thursday. Yeah. Cloudy and 62. I'm actually worried about being a little warm in that giant turkey suit that I'm going to be in. But first world problems. We just hand us the turkey through the window, or if we got 10 of them in the back, pop the hatch. We will grab them for you. You do not have to lift a finger.
And there were some. I got a text last week, and I don't see. I know
Piggly Wiggly is doing some sales. I know that Kroger has had some sales, or I'm sorry, as we properly call it here in West Virginia, the Kroger's is doing some sales. So wherever you get your turkey is fantastic. Even better is those cash or check donations because of the buying power in bulk that Union Mission has. But I know there are some people that need something tangible. They have to have something to hand over, and that's why a frozen turkey is perfect.
Talking to Rob Rio from Superstar Country KWS. Our turkey drop starts at 7 a.m. on Thursday morning. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Bridge Valley Community Technical College. Insurance agents are in demand in the state and across the country. Bridge Valley can help you take that first step. Their insurance pre-sales licensure course prepares you to sit for the state-required property and casualty insurance licensure exam. Start your career in this ever-growing field. BridgeValley.edu is the website, BridgeValley.edu. Bridge Valley Community and Technical College, your career starts here. And I want to mention that again about the buying power that they have. Again, I mean, radio people, because of our pay, are good at stretching stretching dollars.
Yes.
We ain't got nothing on these folks, though, Rob.
No, it's really amazing what Jason and everybody on down at Union Mission can do with a dollar feeding, like, I want to say it's like 12 meals, but I don't want to be wrong. It's something almost absurd like that they can do with the buying power. And I know that there are folks who have their reservations because of past scandals with other organizations, and it's not like that over at Union Mission. Believe me, I've been over there and met the folks, and everything is on the up and up, so you can feel confident whether it's cash or a check donation that you want to make.
I found that text. It actually came through on Thursday when you were here, and I don't know whether this is still in effect or not, but the texter on Thursday said that Kroger frozen whole turkeys were on sale for 79 cents a pound, and that sale started last week. And the texter said, not sure if the $25 purchase is required. I know it's 99 cents per pound for Butterballs. Piggly Wiggly, which you mentioned, 29 cents a pound with a $50 purchase. That was as of last Thursday. I'm not sure if those prices are still in effect, but bottom line is most grocers will put them on sale anyway as we get closer to Thanksgiving, because they don't have a hard time, moving them at that time. So they're going to be specially priced probably wherever you go.
And if you want to do a donation per, like 79 cents per pound, I come in at about $2.20, $2.21, whatever it takes. So when you see me in the turkey costume, you want to donate 79 cents a pound. I'm not going to math that out for you, but it's about $190.
All right.
Just throwing that out there.
7 a.m. till 6 p.m. on our parking lot. We're going to have you on each day to talk about it. And again, the weather, not horrible, because we've done some things in the outdoors when we battled rain and snow and ice. But we do a couple of things like this a year, and our listeners always step up, and it always amazes me too. And I'll say this as politely as I can, when you see people that pull up on our parking lot, and you just, maybe they don't have the newest car in the world. It looks like,
we've all seen a duct tape bumper.
It's a radio car, basically. Yeah. It's like, you see them pull up, but those are the people that always donate.
I grew up in one of those families where first thing on Thanksgiving morning, we went out and we went turkey hunting, because if we didn't get one, we weren't going to have a turkey. So I come by this honestly, and I know that those are the folks maybe who are most emotionally invested in feeding folks in need.
And the turkey is very important, because you can't really, it's kind of hard to go out green bean casserole hunting on Thanksgiving morning.
Yes. Although Aunt Nancy's green gunk, we still don't know where that comes from.
Am I the only person in the world, Rob, that loves green bean casserole? I really like it.
I don't think you're the only one. I think it depends on what goes in it. I mean, if it doesn't have the cream of mushroom soup and then the onion straws over the top, I want no part of it.
There's not any part of the Thanksgiving meal I don't like, though. I mean, that's the
end.
Thing.
What was your favorite part of the show? The end.
Yes, exactly.
Like a good Statler and Waldorf on my way out this morning.
Do you know, you were talking, I can throw this in here, because anytime you get Rob and I together, Lord knows what's going to happen.
There's a reason you two aren't allowed to have a show together.
Exactly. But Johnny Carson had this theory that there was only one fruitcake in the world, and it just kept getting passed from person to person.
Yes. I believe that fruitcake was Lester Maddox. Oh, no, wait, I'm sorry. That was Dick Cavett. Never mind.
I actually like fruitcake, too.
You're the one.
Yes, I'm the one.
You're the one.
All right, Rob Reel, our sister station, 96.1 KWS. But again, this is kind of your baby. But we're all going to be out there.
Yes.
The Mountain, the Beat, V100 will all be out there. You're going to be hearing a lot about it on all of our stations. And when we say that, the little tones at the top of the hour that sound like happy birthday, ever since BT Brian Thompson pointed that out to me,
it's not happy
I cannot
birthday.
get that out of my head.
It's the first 4 notes of Country Roads. It's almost heaven.
Okay, to me, it's happy birthday.
Okay, so you didn't do well in music class as well as art.
No,
is
I
what
played.
You're saying.
No, I played the radio.
He was reading the Z encyclopedia in music class.
But my point is that we are proud to live here too.
We are.
That's why we do these things.
Yes.
Rob Reel, Superstar Country, KWS, 7 a.m. till 6 p.m. on Thursday on our parking lot, my friend.
Thank you, sir.
All right, we'll talk to you again tomorrow. It is 28 minutes in front of 10, the Dave Allen Show on 580 Live, brought to you in part by Morgan & Morgan, America's largest injury law firm. Bigley, Piggly, Wiggly hotline, 304-345-5858. Tony V. Taylor, text 304-935-5008. Author Danny Jones is coming up next on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
The Dave Allen Show is presented in part by Generations Ford in Hurricane, part of the Eric J. Tarr family of businesses.
I'm Doug Leach, founder and CEO of Ascension Recovery Services. We've done a number of projects with Jarrett Construction. Finding people that really care about what they do and care about what we do is pretty unique. In Jarrett Construction, they care. They're really, really good people. Good people do the right thing, and they're very skilled. They have all the qualities that make up just a perfect construction partner, and they just build us a phenomenal building.
Right on time, right on budget. Call on Jarrett Construction.
If you've seen the clubhouse at Stonewall Jackson Resort, you've seen Axton Construction. If you've seen the Greenbrier Chapel, you've seen Axton Construction. If you've seen the climate-controlled U-Haul storage facility in St. Albans, you've seen Axton Construction. For sports, transportation, hotels, and restaurants, any industry, make your next project Axton Built, the standard of quality for generations. At 1700 State Route 34 in Hurricane and online at axtonconstruction.com.
College basketball fans, the holiday season tips off with a showdown in the Mountain State at the Holiday Hoop Fest. It's West Virginia versus Wake Forest, Saturday, December the 6th at the Charleston Coliseum. Get ready for a high-stakes battle filled with fierce defense, fast-paced action, and that big game energy only college hoops can bring. Tickets start at just $30 and are available now at Ticketmaster.com or the Charleston Coliseum box office. The Holiday Hoop Fest, West Virginia, Wake Forest, where the season heats up.
Welcome back to the show. It is 26 minutes away from 10, and all this month long, WCHS invites you to join us in saluting the heroes who have served our country. Call us, 304-935-5008. I know that's the normal text line, but you can also call it. Leave a voicemail to share your gratitude for a veteran in your life. We're going to play back those messages all month long, or if you prefer email us at the website. Just go to WCHSnetwork.com. Follow along from there. Together, let's make sure every veteran knows how much they're appreciated from all of us at the Voice of Charleston, WCHS, and Toyota Motor Manufacturing of West Virginia. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you in part by Fresh Air Filters of Tays Valley. Fresh Air, your trusted filter experts for both your home or business, 304-440-1104, or visit freshairfilters.us, because everyone deserves fresh air. Danny Jones, author Danny Jones.
I used to be a veteran.
You're still a veteran. Rob Reel, who we had in here earlier, is a Marine, and he likes to correct people who say you're a former Marine, because you're never a former Marine, you're always a Marine.
Is that the gentleman
yes.
just here?
Yeah.
Okay.
Morning show host, 96.1 KWS. We're doing our turkey drop on Thursday, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m. So people want to drive through our parking lot and donate a turkey to us. We're giving it, working with the folks at Union Mission on that, 7 a.m. to 6 p.m.
What is what? I wonder when he was in the Marine Corps. Did he say?
I don't. He's a couple of years younger than I am, and I'm 55. I think Rob's like 51, 52. So
okay.
I don't. So he would have been, I'm going to guess late 80s,
okay.
early to mid 90s.
Yeah.
So
it seems like yesterday, and it was actually 55 years ago.
Uh-huh.
I mean, it's unbelievable.
All right, so I am holding in my hand the book. You started talking about this thing. When did you start actually working on the book?
A year ago.
Okay. Because I remember having you on the show a few years ago, and I asked you about writing a book. I think somebody even texted and said you should write a book, and you told me then you were thoroughly against it. But then
I wasn't thoroughly against it. I just didn't. I don't want to hurt people, and I didn't hurt anybody in that book. I didn't. I mean, I don't think I did.
Okay.
I told some personal stories and some conflicts I had within my family, and there's nobody I hurt that's alive. But it's Harry McLean, the guy who wrote In Broad Daylight. He said from 1974, when you get to 1974, that's riding high. That's that chapter. When you get from there to 1984, it is a puzzle to figure out. He went from that to being sheriff of Kanawha County. It's just, I look back on it, I can't believe it.
You know, and what's interesting to me, and I'm reading from the back of the book here, and a lot of people may not know this about you. People that have been around Charleston a while may not know you, but may not know this. But you were born. You say born into a world of privilege, yet yearning for authenticity. Explain that.
Well, I would go to school and people would tell me, you know, your parents have so much money. Well, they never showed me any of it. And when you're from over the part where the old Clark house was, you know, where the murder was, there weren't a lot of kids over there. And so I wanted to be over on Oakmont Road where the baseball was, where the baseball field was. But I don't know. I don't know how to quite answer that. I know that my life changed. There's a chapter in there called Richard Butler, and he's around, and we would hang around a pool room called the Hub. There was he and I and George Jarrett, and none of us had a pot or a window. I mean, nothing. And a guy came in there one night named Jay Sugarman. Jay Sugarman went to Morris Harvey and lived at the Worthy Hotel,
which is now the University of Charleston. No, not the hotel. I mean Morris Harvey.
Yeah, the hotel's been torn down. Yeah. It was over there next to the Quarter Diner.
Okay.
And he worked up there at the Roaring Twenties. And that's when liquor was illegal. That's when Charleston really thrived. When booze was illegal, Charleston rocked. And he said he needed somebody to wash glasses for $10 a night. Richard jumped at it. And then he learned a 10 bar. And then George went up there. And he started washing glasses. Well, I looked 14 years old. I couldn't go up there. So I went back to the Sterling. I had worked through the Sterling through the summer. And I went back to the Sterling and worked there till I got out of high school. And worked every single job in the restaurant, plus the main line cook. And on the weekends. And it was, so I had money to walk around on. And we all had money. Then none of us had cars. I mean, I had a car, but I didn't have a driver's license. And I guess that's when I felt authentic, when I had a job. And then I started working at the filling station. At the same time, I was working Sterling. And then I built a race car and raced it, won trophies with it. Guy got killed running me with it.
You've told me that story before. It's a and cars have always been very important to you.
I love old cars.
What do you have now?
That Cadillac, and then I have...
what year's your Cadillac?
59.
Mm-hmm.
And then I have the Nomad, which I raced.
Yeah.
Which I'm redoing. It's going to cost... It'll cost $200,000 by the time I get done with that car. It's everything in it. It's set for 40 years.
Mm-hmm.
Set in my brother's garage. He became somewhat of a hoarder.
Yeah, to say, and none of us come from the world of Leave It to Beaver. Okay, we've all got background, but I think people that don't know your story, Danny, might be a little surprised that you didn't. And I touched on this earlier. You didn't come from exactly the best family. You came from a family with money, but money ain't everything.
It's in the book.
Yeah, it's all in the book.
It's all in the book.
Was it painful for you to write some of those things?
Yes.
I mean, I just always wonder when people, and I had a bunch of musicians, the guys from Amos Steel band on the show Friday, and I always like to ask people that write music or that write anything, what's your writing process like? You sit down, I'm going to write so much today. You just walk around with a notepad or a recorder, your phone, and you make notes in it or whatever. Did you take time when you actually just sat down and just wrote?
No, well, there's a chapter in there called She Kept Hitting Me.
Mm-hmm.
I wrote that one years ago.
Mm-hmm.
I just wrote it. And so that's in the book. That was painful. And my mother and I had a very tense, competitive relationship. And we got along the last 10 years of her life.
Mm-hmm.
And I'll tell you a story. This is one of my favorite stories. It's in the book. There was a house up on Norwood Road. This is in the book. 27 Norwood Road. And my mother wanted me to buy the house, And I said, I looked at the house. It was a little house, 2-bedroom. And I thought, they wanted $125,000 or $129,000, whatever it was. I paid $125,000 for it. But she said, you should buy this house. And I know what she wanted to do. She wanted to patch up things. And she wanted to be around her grandson because Zach at that time was a really sweet kid. And so I called Frank Veltri, and I said, come up here and look at this house with me. And he looked at the house. He says, the property, the lot's worth $125,000, and the house is free. Well, my dad had just died, and he left me $112,000. And plus I had some more money, so I just wrote a check for the house and moved in it. So she came in the house with me. And she looked at this and that and the other, and she's going to change this and that and the other. And then she walked in the living room. And there was a Sears fan in the living room, those little drop lights. You know what I'm talking about? Yeah. Little droopy lights. And she says, and I want rid of that GD fan like that. And I knew that if I was going to have to stop her anywhere, I was going to have to stop her at the fan. So I waited till she left, and I went down to her house. I said, Mom, you don't have to worry about anything inside the house. She had a guy that worked for her that did landscaping. I said, you all can do the outside and put box shrubs around the house. So I kept her out of the house, and she didn't like it at all.
Mm-hmm.
And for the rest of her life, she lived for 3 more years. She drove a big Lincoln and had a big plate glass window there. I never closed the drapes. I didn't have to. I didn't get dressed there.
Mm-hmm.
It was a living room. And she'd look in there to see if that fan was still there.
Fan was kind of symbolic, I guess.
Well, if somebody is encroaching on your turf,
mm-hmm.
if somebody is being codependent with you, if they're violating your space, find out where the fan is.
Pretty deep. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live brought to you in part by Pinnacle Consultants. Poor indoor air quality can cause a variety of health issues, allergies, respiratory problems, and more. Pinnacle offers specialized indoor air quality services for residential, commercial, and industrial type settings. Visit pinnaclecorp.net because what you don't know can't hurt you. What point in your life did your mother pass? How old were you, or what time was it?
I was...
or where were you in life is what I'm trying to say.
I was 48.
Okay.
And I was doing... I was working state. I was working at transportation, which was a big mistake.
I was going to say, I didn't, as long as I've known you, I didn't know that you worked at...
I had Brent Walker's job.
Okay.
And then
I didn't know that.
And then Sam Bonasso needed to get confirmed. And as soon as I got him confirmed, I was out of there.
Mm-hmm.
And I went back up to up on the hill to the other radio station down the dial.
Right.
And I worked there for about a year, and then they decided they were going to change things.
Mm-hmm. But here you are still on the radio.
Yeah. I like the radio.
Well, you're good at it.
Well, I like it. I mean, I like radio. I like listening to it.
You know, there was I don't know if you caught it, but over the weekend, I think it was on Saturday on the CBS Sunday Morning News. I just happened to have it on that channel, and they were talking about the resurgence of radio. Mm-hmm. And I told my wife, I said, I got to watch this. And it was all about Sirius Satellite, though. Which is still, I mean, like I'm a Sirius Satellite subscriber, mainly when I drove a lot, but
it doesn't outdo this.
Well, it's
it does not do this.
I 100% agree. I mean, they're still, and
I use it when I'm traveling,
mm-hmm.
when I'm on the road. I don't use it in town here.
Yeah,
but also, forget Sirius or radio. What about all the podcasts
mm-hmm.
that are out there?
Yeah, there's a lot.
Yeah.
There's a lot of podcasts out there right now. They're really, really, but I mean, look, people have been saying for years that radio was dying, and it's not.
No, it's not.
What is changing is, what has been changing over the last 20 years is the way that people consume radio.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I mean, shows like this, you know,
mm-hmm.
whether it's news or sports or whatever,
mm-hmm.
You know, half your listeners aren't listeing live. They're listening later. You know, that's why it's so important that you have an online presence. And
I didn't know that.
Yeah. But probably 50%. I don't base that on anything other than just talking to people. 50% of the people that listen to this show don't listen to it live.
Mm-hmm.
They're listening to it later. I've got people that say, "Well, I listen to your show in the evening when I'm working out. I listen to whatever."
Mm-hmm.
And the way that people are actually listening to when they do listen live, they're
mm-hmm. listening
on apps. They're listening, you know, on their iPad or you know. But there's something to be said for radio. I got to ask you one thing before we go to break here. I just thumbing through the book, and I had not seen the book at all till you brought it in to me this morning. Thank you for the autograph, by the way. And I'm looking through it here. And you had, was this I guess a poster or some sort of an advertisement for when you were running for office that said stud with handcuffs?
No. That was a calendar.
Oh, is that, okay. The stud with handcuffs?
Kenny Bass was in that calendar.
Okay.
We had I was Mr. June.
Oh, God.
And I had my Cadillac. I had my 78 Cadillac there.
Uh-huh.
And I was there with my shorts and my Panama hat on.
Mm-hmm.
And Izod shirt and some. I think I had a pistol with a holster and some
mm-hmm.
handcuffs, and it was a joke.
Okay, I was going to say you didn't seriously refer to yourself as a stud with handcuffs, did you?
They did. I didn't.
Danny Jones is here. We're going to take a break. We'll be back after this on the Voice of Charleston, WCHS.
Are you looking for a technical job in the medical field? Generations is growing and looking to add on job-trained physical therapy techs to our rehab team. To apply, visit one of our 7 convenient locations or simply click on us at generationspt.com.
At Toyota, supporting our nation's heroes isn't just a promise, it's a purpose. Through the Toyota Veterans Association, over 1,500 members nationwide provide mentorship, advocacy, and career pathways for veterans transitioning from service to success. Right here in West Virginia, Toyota proudly honors our fallen through the Gold Star Mother's Apple Orchard, a living memorial for reflection and remembrance. And our commitment continues, supporting local heroes, families, and foundations that make our communities stronger. Toyota, driven to serve those who served us.
Poca Valley has proudly served the citizens of Roane, Kanawha, Putnam, and surrounding counties for over a century. As your trusted community bank, we're committed to building relationships and meeting your financial needs. And with the Poca Valley Visa card, you can enjoy competitive interest rates, no annual fees, and a rewarding points program, all from a bank you know and trust. Visit your local Poca Valley office to apply or call us. Poca Valley, where relationships matter. Member FDIC.
Hey guys, Dave Allen here for the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane, your family and locally owned Ford dealership. With construction underway and new Fords hitting the lot every day, we're providing our customers with X-Plan discount pricing on the purchase of any and every new Ford. This means you pay what Ford suppliers pay. On top of these market-only discounts, we're also offering up to 130% off Kelley Blue Book Fair Trade value for your vehicle. Visit us today off the Hurricane exit or online at generationsford.com. See dealer for details.
One destination for every generation. Generations Ford.
According to Feeding America, over 7 million seniors nationwide were food insecure in 2022. West Virginia is no different. Hi, I'm Jason, President and CEO of Union Mission Ministries. For 113 years, Union Mission has focused on helping people in need. Right now, our senior citizens need our help. That is why Union Mission is partnering with local senior living facilities to get food delivered directly to those in need. Will you help us reach more seniors? Visit unionmission.com to learn more.
Welcome back to the show. It's 7 minutes away from 10. Text says, Dave, I listen to Mayor Danny and Pete Thaw every morning as I was on the road. Always enjoyed his program. Thanks.
I can't hear.
I can hear you fine. We're not taking phone calls anymore.
Oh, I got it.
Okay, all right.
I got it.
All right. So what about that? The text said, listen to Mayor Danny and Pete Thaw every morning as I was on the road. Always enjoyed the program.
Yeah, Pete would be on with me. He's rather school board crazy.
But I didn't know Mr. Thaw, but I remember reading the...
Well, Pete was... at one time, he was a big Democrat. Mm-hmm. He was into the Rockefeller campaign in 72 and 76. And then he got to be friends with Governor Moore. And Governor Moore gave him that job at the racetrack. And then Gaston got the job and cut his salary in half. Mm-hmm. Maybe he's trying to get rid of him. I don't know.
So the book is officially out now. It came out, Thursday, Friday last week? Mm-hmm. Okay. And it's available now at Taylor Books, right?
Yes.
All right. And it will be available, I guess, wherever, you purchase books, right? I mean, Taylor's it. Okay.
For right now.
And we had somebody that asked about an ebook, and, you explained that once before, that you just think because you'd want to have all these people, it would involve too many voices, in your opinion.
I just don't see that happening. This is a local book. Mm-hmm. This is not a book somebody in... The only person in Denver, Colorado that's going to read it is Harry McLean. And that's the guy who wrote In Broad Daylight, the book about Skidmore. Mm-hmm. He's actually read a unedited copy of it. Mm-hmm. He's already read it, but I'm going to send him a book and see what he thinks and, see what possibilities it has. But he was really stymied by it. The fact that I went from, and you'll read about, called Riding High, mm-hmm. from then until being sheriff of the county. How could you go from one to the other? Mm-hmm. And that's when I worked at the Daniel Boone's. The best job I ever had in my life. It was without question the best job I ever had in my life. Now, I couldn't have kept it mm-hmm. because, number one, they closed. But number two, it's a job for a young man. It's not a job for an older guy. Mm-hmm. But I lived there. I ate there. I drank there. I did everything there.
We'll leave it at that on the do everything there. The Dave Allen Show on 580 Live is brought to you part by the all-new Generations Ford of Hurricane, your family and locally owned Ford dealership. Ask about X-Plan discount pricing and the purchase of every new Ford. We're also offering 130% of Kelley Blue Book fair trade value for your vehicle. Check them out today off the Hurricane exit or online, generationsford.com. One destination for every generation, Generations Ford. See dealer for details. Now, you have the books available at Taylor Books, but you're doing a book signing, right?
Taylor Books,
and that is
2:00 on Saturday.
2:00 this Saturday.
Yeah,
and you were actually, I think, concerned when I had you on before that no one wanted the book. Danny, this is all anybody has been talking about to me for the last. I mean, today I was talking to a friend of mine who I have coffee with on Monday mornings, and he said, "Is Danny's book out yet?" And I said, "I'll have it, and we'll make sure that you get a copy as well." People are interested in this.
It would have been. I'm glad Charlie did it.
Mm-hmm.
Because if I'd have done it, it'd been a lot darker.
Mm-hmm.
Because with me, I'm pretty transparent.
Mm-hmm.
And you sure you want to put that in there? No, maybe I shouldn't.
Yeah.
You know.
Well, it's good, I think, sometimes to have that friend, somebody, a buffer, somebody that says, you probably shouldn't do that.
But it was his idea.
To write the book, you mean?
Yeah. I mean, he called me.
Mm-hmm.
He'd done those 2 books on the Clark murder and on the house I grew up in. Mm-hmm. And he thinks it's kind of neat that I'm the only 4-term mayor in Charleston's history.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know if this mayor is going to do it. I know she's going to do 3 terms.
Mm-hmm.
I told her, I said, do 7 terms. Just make sure you want to be there. Because my last term, I shouldn't have been there.
Why?
I mean,
why do you say that?
I was just tired of it.
Mm-hmm.
And you could tell it.
We got to close it out here, but what was it you were tired of? I know the whole thing with needles really took a lot out of it.
Oh, yeah.
And you spent a lot of time talking about it in the book, but go ahead.
Yeah, the needles. And, of course, we did the convention center.
Mm-hmm.
But a lot of the people that worked there and the council turned on me.
Mm-hmm.
People that worked there, a lot of them that shouldn't have been, were disloyal. And the higher they got paid, the worse it was. And I'm just, I was glad to get out of there. I really was.
The book is out now. It's called Call Me Danny. Danny Jones to Charlie Ryan, street kid to power broker. It's available at Taylor Books. And again, your signing of the books will be this Saturday.
2:00.
Saturday afternoon, 2:00. Danny, I appreciate the book, and I appreciate the autograph that you gave me in there as well. And go pick up this book. Again, it's available at Taylor Books and then you're doing the autograph signing this Saturday at 2:00. All right, I'll be back later today with Metro News Midday with 13 News and Tonight Live anchor Amanda Barron and me. And coming up at 10:06 this morning, Metro News Talk Line with TJ Meadows and Dave Wilson. My producer, the senior producer, Ryan Nicholson, thank you so much. Go get the book. It's available at Taylor Books. I will see you later today. Till then, have fun and love somebody.
WCHS AM 96.5 FM Charleston, 104.5 Cross Lanes, a WVRC media station. We're proud to live here too.